I think the captain's going to show up, Mitch.
He'll show up, all right. Got any doubts? Look.
Captain! Howdy, Captain. It's been a long time since we all been together again. Here, have a seat. One more drink for the captain.
Captain?
Gentlemen.
Well, here we are. I reckon it surprised you some getting a letter from me, huh?
It surprised me that you know how to write. Now, where's that field report that Major Hawley wrote concerning Colonel Cloud's death?
It's right here, sir. Right here.
Looks authentic.
You can bet on that. I took it off the Major just after he went and got himself shot. Poor fella dying like that before he had a chance to deliver it. And the funny thing is, I forgot I even had it till I saw that book the Colonel's widow wrote about him being such a hero. It was then it came to me. Maybe the Colonel's widow would pay a lot of money just to keep him a hero.
Well, that's where you're wrong. I know the lady. She might be shocked to learn how he really died, but she would see all of you hang before she'd agree to pay any blackmail.
Oh, I don't think we're going to have any problems with you acting as a go-between, Captain. Especially with you being such a well-respected man in the community.
She'd see me hang, too.
Captain, you disappoint me. You got no way of knowing just what she's gonna do. We got into a lot of trouble. We rode a long way. We aimed to get paid. I reckon you just better go ahead and give it a try.
Will you let me finish? When I got your letter, I started thinking I have a better idea.
Keep talking, Captain. I don't care how you do it as long as we get paid.
2 days from now, the Colonel's body is being shipped to Philadelphia, to Lion State in a national shrine. Because I served under him, I've been chosen to escort the body.
That's real touching. What are you getting at?
Well, if the body were to get lost along the way, I'm sure the family would be glad to pay for its return.
You ain't suggesting we kidnap a corpse?
If it doesn't offend your sensibilities.
Captain, that couldn't offend us. I think that's a real good joke on a girl. And we'd sure hate to see him rest in peace.
On the top of those bands to the heel of his rawhide shoe. The rippin'est, roaring'est, fighting'est man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for Americans to make all Americans free. What a boom, what a doer, what a dream come true was he.
It only seems like yesterday when you were just a little bitty tyke, hanging on to your mother's skirts. And now, here you are, all grown up, and on your way to a school for young gentlemen in Philadelphia.
That's Becky's idea. She figured it was time he was exposed to civilization.
Well, offhand, I'd say he isn't too happy about it.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call him overjoyed about having to wear that suit.
It's a sissy suit.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think you look real fine in it.
And it's a sissy school. There ain't anything else I need to learn.
Well, now, Israel, I think you've already lost that argument to your mother. You might as well make up your mind to that.
I ain't gonna like it, and I ain't gonna like any of the sissies that go to it.
I'll bet on that. But you know, that feeling will all go away. Why, I can remember when I first left home. Bet you can remember too, Daniel.
Yep, I can remember. I don't know who it's harder on when it's time to go, the parents or the children.
You know, I'm surprised you didn't bring Becky along.
Long trip. I had some business with Ben Franklin in Philadelphia, so I got left.
Well, it's been nice talking to you, Daniel. If you'll excuse me now, I'll go and get your luggage taken out. That coach will be here any minute now. But don't you hurry your meal. I'll call you when it's time to go.
Thank you, Luther. Israel, you better drink some of that milk. It's going to be a long time before we get there.
Looks like you've gone in the undertaking business, Gabe.
Looks that way.
Somebody from around here?
No, got on board late yesterday at Haleyville, going all the way to Philadelphia.
Well, at least you've got cool weather for the trip.
How long do we stop here, driver?
As long as it takes me to load this luggage.
Well, there's no point in my getting out.
How many passengers you got for me?
Just two. Daniel, Boone, and Israel. They're bound for Philadelphia, too.
Daniel, that'll be a pleasure.
Daniel, coach is here.
Here we go.
Good morning, young man. Since we're traveling together, let me introduce myself. I know that you're Mr. Boone. My name is Harris. Logan Harris.
Glad to know you, Mr. Harris. This is my son, Israel.
My pleasure, Israel. Glad to have your company. It's a dull trip traveling alone.
Have a good trip, Gabe.
Well, you sure are a welcome sight. I've been walking this lonely road all day, just hoping and waiting for somebody to come along.
What happened?
Oh, no cause for alarm, mister. My horse broke a leg last night and put me afoot. Now, if you could tote me to the nearest settlement, I'd not only be obliged, I got money to pay.
Sure would like to accommodate you, mister. But there ain't space inside for you in a saddle.
No. We can't leave the man stranded here. We'll make room for him.
Well, thank you, sir, but I wouldn't want to put you out. If it's all right, I'll ride on the boot with you.
It's all right on me, mister. Toss your saddle up here and climb on.
Thanks.
I mean to get to Horton's Ferry before dark.
This is mighty kind of you.
Get up. Sure picked a lonely section to get set afoot.
Wasn't me picked it. Your fate. I sure want to thank you for stopping.
Most drivers wouldn't. Highwaymen been known to hold up coaches along here.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, in broad open daylight, too.
Then I am fortunate you stopped.
You're real fortunate you didn't try to hold me up. You might not know it, but I had a gun on you. Underneath my coat.
Now, you may not know it, but I got a gun on you right now. And it ain't underneath my coat.
All right, mister. What do you want?
Your gun. Thank you. There's an old road forking to the right. About half mile up ahead. That's where we turn off.
We're turning off the road.
What does that Gabe think he's doing? He's following orders, Mr. Boone. And I would suggest that you do the same. I can hardly miss at this distance.
It would be difficult. What is this, a holdup?
Not in the accepted sense of the word. It's a technicality. In one case, you get robbed. In this case, you don't.
What happens in this case? Do I get shot?
No, not if you don't cause me any trouble.
Well, under the circumstances, you're looking at the most peace-loving individual you could run across. And why don't you lower that blunderbuss? If we hit a bump, it could go off.
I'm glad to see you have a sense of humor, Mr. Boone.
I don't know how much of a sense of humor I have, but I sure know when I'm outnumbered.
Pa? Have you been understanding what he's talking about?
Well, not completely. But I do understand that gun. Why don't you just keep on looking out the window to see me and try to enjoy it?
I bluffed you again. Now that makes $40 I got coming.
I ought to know better than to play cards with you with your deck of cards. Any sign of them yet?
Nothing.
You know, I don't like it.
What don't you like?
If nothing went wrong, that coach should have been here by this time. Now, you heard me tell Lynch not to try to take that coach alone.
He ain't alone. You forget. Captain's traveling with the dear departed.
Yeah, but what good can he do inside the coach? Now, I still say we all should have been there.
And I still say Lynch was right. Now, look, that coach is going to stop for one man walking, but it ain't about to stop for any more.
4 men on horseback could have stopped it.
Well, that's right. And wound up with somebody getting killed. Now, look, right now, none of us is in trouble. I'd just as soon it stayed that way.
Well, I still say...
Listen.
Here she comes. Come on. Ross, stay here till we find out if everything's all right.
Right.
Driver, down from there. Lynch, take the coach around back and stable the horses.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Boone, would you please step inside?
Glad you got here, Captain. We were beginning to worry, Frost. Look like you're planning on staying here very long.
Well, until morning, if everything goes well.
Captain, should we tie him up?
Well, you might tie the driver. I don't think Mr. Boone would jeopardize the safety of his son.
I wouldn't do anything to cause harm to that boy.
That's right. Gabe's an old friend. He wouldn't do anything to put Israel in danger any more than I would.
Very well, I'll take your word for it. Make yourselves comfortable, gentlemen. We won't be doing anything till it gets dark. Light a fire, Zimbo.
Yes, sir. Give me one. That's good.
You know, Daniel, the more I think about it, the less sense it makes. Why do you bother to hold up that stage? What are we waiting for?
Do you have anything of value on this trip, Gabe?
No. All this carrying is your luggage and that corpse.
Corpse. Maybe that was it.
You mean you think they'd bother stealing a cadaver?
It's been done.
A man that'd sink that low wouldn't stop at committing.
Go ahead and say it, Gabe. Israel's asleep.
Well, you know what I mean anyway.
Come on, do them again.
I reckon nobody's missed that coach yet. Else we'd had visitors for it.
I'll see anybody miss it. Wasn't due at the next stop till dark.
Ain't too long till dark now. You think they'll come looking for us then?
No, not before morning. We'll be gone shortly after that. Go tell Mr. Boone I want to talk to him.
What do you want him for?
He's going to collect the ransom for us.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that, Captain. Just where is the money and how do we go about getting it?
Now, if I were to tell you that, Lynch, you'd probably shoot me in the back and try to get it for yourself, wouldn't you?
Captain, you sound like you don't trust me.
I don't. Now go and get him.
You do trust him, huh?
As long as we have his boy.
I don't know. You can still figure some way to double-cross us.
No, I'm sure Boone is much too intelligent for that. Now go and bring him out here, please.
Yes, sir, Captain, sir. Captain wants to talk to you.
About anything in particular?
Mr. Boone, why don't you ask him? He's right outside.
After he's a few weeks up game. You want to see me about something?
Yes, a little conversation. You can go now, Lynch.
I was going to say to you, Captain, I'll stay around.
No, you won't. Go on back inside.
Captain, you just don't have any faith in me, do you? And I ain't sure I got much in you.
Well, that's unfortunate because right now you don't have any choice.
Yeah.
Sit down, Mr. Boone. Perhaps you'd care to join me in a drink.
No, thank you.
You wish? However, there's no reason you can't be seated.
I take it your friends don't care too much for you.
My friends?
Whatever else you want to call them.
It is my misfortune, Mr. Boone, to find myself in league with men such as those, and I suppose you're wondering why.
I've got my share of curiosity.
Well, maybe you remember the old slogan about war making strange bedfellows?
Mr. Harris, the war has been over for some time.
Not for me, it hasn't. But with a little luck, it might end sometime tomorrow.
Now, what do you got? Your deal. What are those two palavering about out there?
I ain't real sure.
And why don't you stay with them and find out?
Captain told me to leave.
We ain't in the Army no more. How come he thinks he can give us orders?
Because we ain't got that ransom yet. That's how come.
Maybe it's about time we took a hand in this.
You sit down, Timbo. Don't you know the captain ain't going to tell us nothing? Until we get that money, we're going to have to let him play soldier.
All I want to know is where that ransom is and who's going to pick it up. That's what I want to know.
Well, he's sending Boone after it. I don't know where. So we'll just sit and we'll wait. Feel me in.
Still haven't told me why you called me out here.
No. You see, I've been wondering just how far I could trust you.
Why should you trust me at all?
Because I need your help.
You kidnapped me and my son, and you asked me for my help?
So I'll admit it's a peculiar request, but then this is a peculiar situation. It was a mischance that you were on that coach, but there's no help for that now. However, it does entitle you to an explanation. Have you ever heard of a Colonel Martin Vincent Cloud?
Some sort of war hero, wasn't it?
That's the way the Army's record reads. In an engagement along the Saluda River with the enemy, Colonel Cloud, with a mere handful of men, fought an heroic rearguard action which enabled his regiment not only to escape a British ambush, but turn what seemed to be a defeat into a decisive victory. There's more to it, but I won't bore you with that.
You seem to know the record pretty well.
I ought to. I'm the one who wrote it. The only trouble is there's not a word of truth in it. The truth, Mr. Boone, is that Colonel Cloud was a glory hunter, a drunk, and a coward. I served under him, so did Lynch and Timbo and those other two men. There were 5 of us left when he was killed, and the British did not shoot him, Mr. Boone. He killed himself on the field of battle after getting most of his command completely annihilated.
Well, why did you falsify the record?
Respect. Respect for his family. It didn't seem very important at the time. A few words on a piece of paper. The only trouble is that the colonel's widow wrote a book about it, and Lynch got a hold of that book. And he also has the field report written by the colonel's adjutant, Major Hawley, who was also killed. And Mrs. Cloud is a very wealthy woman.
So you threw in with them to blackmail her?
Blackmail's an ugly business, Mr. Boone, and very dangerous. Body snatching is easier.
I already figured that out. How much are you asking for the body?
$20,000.
I reckon I don't have to tell you what I think of a man who'd robbed a grave.
Oh, I reckon you don't. But at least now you know why we're waiting. There is just one more thing. You're going to collect the ransom.
Well, that's where you're wrong. I've done a lot of things in my time, but I've never sold a corpse, and I don't aim to start now.
Well, unfortunately, you don't have any choice, and neither do I. I had planned to go after that money myself, but if I leave here now, I doubt very much whether you, your son, or your friend Gabe would be alive when I get back.
Suppose I run your errand for you. What'll happen after I get back?
I'll tell you very frankly that I don't know. That depends largely on you.
You know what you're asking me to do, don't you? You're asking me to stick my neck in a noose.
Now, let me reassure you on that point. If you follow my directions, no harm will come to you.
Until I get back.
Until you get back. Or if you're followed or you try to bring help.
There's one thing I can say for you. Don't leave any doubt in a man's mind. Where do I go and what time do I leave?
How fast can you get to Salem? Back?
Depends on how I travel.
I have a horse here. He's strong and he's fast.
Say about 4 hours each way.
All right, you have to be there by midnight and back here by dawn.
It's gonna be pretty fine.
Lynch! The element of time is most important, Mr. Boone. Coaches don't vanish without arousing a certain curiosity.
Yes, sir.
Saddle my horse for Mr. Boone. He'll be leaving shortly.
All right.
Listen to me carefully.
What'd you find out, Ben?
Much. Didn't know before.
Okay, they kill or something to go ahead and do it now.
Harris wouldn't let him.
Harris? I figured he is the leader of the gang.
Just till they get paid off. Look, Gabe, I'm gonna leave for a while.
You mean they're letting you go?
Not very far and not for very long. Will you look after Israel while I'm gone?
Well, you don't have to ask me that, Daniel. I'll do my best to see that no harm comes to him.
Israel?
Pa? Have we got to Philadelphia yet?
No, not yet. Remember we turned off the road to come here?
Now I remember. How long are we going to stay here?
No, not long, I hope. Except I'm gonna have to leave you for a little while.
Ain't you going to take me with you?
Not this time. That's why I had to talk with you. I want you to stay here with Gabe. And I want you to do everything he tells you to do. Would you do that for me? And you won't be scared.
No, Pa. I won't be scared.
You be a good boy.
Captain's calling you.
Go back to sleep.
Captain, I want you to remember, if Boone don't come back with that money, we're going to hold you responsible.
You'll bring it back. You know what you have to do.
No.
Remember, you've only got till sunup.
Supper. I thought perhaps the boy might be hungry.
Go ahead, Israel. The rest of them are eating it, so I reckon it ain't been poisoned.
Thank you.
Well, that's spoken like a little gentleman. And I must say that you're dressed like a gentleman, too.
I may be little, but I ain't a gentleman. And I ain't going to be one either. School or no school.
Seems as though I've blundered on a rather touchy subject. You mind if I sit down? I find the time passes faster if you have someone to talk to.
I'd figure you'd be more comfortable at the other side of the room.
Those four? I'd rather sit where I can keep an eye on them.
I don't know how you feel, mister. Sit down if you mind to. Don't see it could do us any harm.
Thank you.
Do you know where my pa went?
Yes, Israel, I know.
He's coming back, ain't he?
Yes, he is coming back.
Nobody's going to hurt him, are they?
I'll give you my word, Israel, that no harm will come to him while he's gone.
Do you believe him, Gabe?
I don't know why, but I reckon I do. Eat your supper, Israel.
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
Well, I wouldn't call it confidence. It's mostly because I can't figure where you fit into this.
Don't try, Gabe. You'll only get more confused.
I don't know if the rest of you took note of it or not, but that captain doesn't seem to care much for our company.
I don't recollect he ever did.
Well, that's what I mean. I always figured I was as good as any man, except he never treated me like he thought I was.
Well, that's because you never had no schooling.
I'll make you bets that driver ain't had no schooling either, but they said, like they was long-time friends. Well, take a look.
And don't let it fret you, Timbo. Ain't gonna be for long.
You got something in your mind?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking when we leave here, we ain't gonna have much use for the captain.
Plan on killing him?
I ain't gonna let him run loose.
Well, then let's do it now so we can get some sleep.
Trouble with that is we don't know what the captain told Boone.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
The Captain Harris is a cautious man. Could be Mr. Boone's gonna want to see him alive and healthy before we get paid off. And that sleeping is a good idea. Ross, why don't you stand guard for a while? And since all of us staying awake, I'll spell you in an hour or two.
Luther Michael! Luther!
The inn is closed for the night, so stop banging on that door. You're trying to awaken the entire neighborhood?
Open up, Luther. It's me.
Daniel, what in tarnation are you doing back here? You're supposed to be part way to Philadelphia.
Are you going to open up, or do I have to kick the door down?
Be right down. Now, Daniel, will you please tell me, what is this all about?
No questions, Luther. Just take my word I'm going to need your help.
Oh, where's Israel?
Well, he's all right for now, and we'll be till sunup.
Now, that just plain don't make sense.
Well, it makes more sense than you know. Now, I'm going to need a fresh horse.
A fresh horse?
Yeah, mine's plumb wore out, and I've got 40 miles to go.
You mean tonight?
I mean tonight.
Well, I can get you the horse, but, man, you need some food and rest.
You just get the horse, Luther.
Well, if you're dead set on it.
Well, I'm going to need a pistol.
Oh, well, you'll find one behind the bar over there. And make yourself a hot rum. You look like you could use it.
Good idea, Luther.
It's late, I know, but I saw your light still burning. I'm supposed to meet a gentleman.
Is your name Jason?
Yes, sir.
Then I'm to say that Mr. Logan sent me.
Those are the words, sir. Now, if you'll come with me, I'll get you what you came for.
I don't suppose I have to count it.
No, sir. You can take my word. It's there, just the way I was told.
All right, Jason.
Well, I'll be going then.
Daniel, who's that?
The questions, Luther.
Well, I can't ask you if you found the gun, can I?
Yeah, you can, and I did.
And the rum?
Just keep it hot for me.
You're in some kind of trouble, Daniel. Now, if you'll just tell me.
If I don't tell you, then you won't know if somebody asks you a question.
Well, I can raise the constable at daylight, and in the morning I can round up some men.
Luther, just forget I was here and thank you for the horse.
But easy, boy. Easy. Let's take a little walk and see how badly you're hurt.
It's not your fault, boy. It's like you've got us in a mess of trouble.
What time is it?
It's almost 3.
It'll be daylight in an hour or so. Oh, whether I'm glad or sorry. Sure tired of this waiting. Keep wondering what's going to happen.
I wish I could tell you, Gabe.
Getting almost time to move out.
If you want anything to eat, you better get it now and get the gear packed. We won't waste any time once Boone gets here.
Yes, sir. I better saddle the horses, too.
No, there's time enough for that. We'll wait till it gets light.
Jimbo. Come on, Jimbo, wake up. Shot time. Let's just start the fire. Ross, folks, wake up. Come on, Ross. Get our gear together. Pack the saddlebags, roll these blankets up. Have a look at the horses.
Has my pa come back yet, Gabe?
No, he's not come back yet. It's not due till sunrise. I'll let you know. You go back to sleep. Go on, go to sleep.
Don't shoot, mister. I'm unarmed. I ain't got a penny on me.
Well, this is no holdup. All I want to do is trade horses with you.
Trade horses.
Yeah, mine fell and came down lame. He'll carry on into Salem, but he won't get me to where I have to go on time.
I don't like your proposition, mister, so step aside.
Now, I don't like doing business this way, but you give me no choice. Will you listen?
Now, I'm listening.
All right, I want you to take my lame horse to Luther Michaels at the Golden Cup. I'll bring you your horse the first chance I get. Here's some money for your trouble.
Jimbo. Look. Mr. Boone's a prompt man. I was beginning to figure he'd really double-cross us.
Just when are you planning on jumping?
Soon, I'll let you know. Hold, you stay with the horses.
Back, Mr. Boone. I trust you brought the money.
I brought it. I left it down the road a piece until I make sure that Gabe and my son are still alive.
Captain, that could be a trap.
You don't think I'd gamble with my son's life, do you?
No. Israel's all right, Mr. Boone. Go on in and see for yourself.
Just a minute. Yeah, Captain, you're getting awful careless. Mr. Boone might have brought a gun with him.
Look for yourself.
I'll do that. I'll sure do that. All right, go on.
Pa!
You all right, Israel?
I'm fine, Pa, but I'm real glad you're back.
You satisfied?
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
Now, where's the money?
It's in an elderberry bush about 100 yards up the road. You won't have any trouble finding it.
What do you
gonna do, Daniel?
I don't know, Gabe, till the time comes. Israel, no matter what, I want you to stay put, you understand? No matter what.
I understand, Pop.
Anything I can do?
Well, you stay here, Gabe. Israel may need all the help he can get before we're done.
I told you. Let me make the first move.
That's good.
All right, this is what you wanted. Gentlemen, now you may take it and leave.
Then we'll have a look. All there?
Sure looks like it. And it sure feels like it.
You satisfied?
No. No, not complete.
You got what you wanted. What else am I supposed to do?
What about the others?
That, Mr. Lynch, is my affair.
Captain. Put her on.
Lynch, put that gun away.
No, not this time, Captain. And about the others. Ain't your affair no longer. I'm taking over now.
And suppose you're all in this with him?
That's right, Captain. We came to the conclusion that we just can't trust you anymore.
I got the money for you, didn't I?
Well, that's right, Captain. We appreciate it. We really do. But we don't have any need for you anymore.
All right, now I'm going to tell you just once more. You get on those horses and get out of here.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Have us ride out, leave the rest of you here together? First place you got, you can stick the law on us. That's just what you do.
If I had wanted to bring in the law, I could have done it a long time ago.
Sure, Captain, sure. Now, you've been scheming something right along. I don't know what it is, but you ain't getting away with it. Because now we got insurance.
What?
We aim to take Mr. Boone's boy with us, just in case you aim to follow.
If anyone of you so much as lays a hand on that boy, I will kill you, Lynch.
No, Captain, no, you won't kill me, because I'm going to kill you first. Now, you've been giving orders long enough. You've been kicking me around like I was a dog, and I've been taking it because of that money. You're the only one who knew where to get it. Well, things are different now, Captain. I don't need you no more. Oh, get his gun. That kind of pulls your fangs, don't it, Captain? I reckon you won't be interfering with us no longer. You neither, Mr. Boone. You know, for a while I figured I'd have to shoot you, too. Now I doubt you'll give us much trouble. If you want to keep your boy alive.
If you touch my son Lynch, Harrison won't get a chance to kill you. I'll be there first.
Well, now, listen to you and your big talk. Mr. Boone, are you trying to scare me?
I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to tell you.
Do it, Captain. Just give me an excuse. I'll have my conscience set easy when I blow a hole through you. Cross, go fetch Mr. Boone's boy. I told you, Captain, I've been looking forward to this. Go on.
Ezra, you stay here.
That's my boy. I gotta help him.
You'll only get yourself hurt and you'll hurt me. Now, your pa's gonna be all right.
Over there, hold him.
Captain, it was Lynch's idea about the mother.
Get up, Timbo.
Want me to tie him up?
No, that doesn't fit in with my plans, Mr. Boone. I'll take that field report now, Lynch. All right, now get over there. Now that I've got you lined up, I ought to shoot the lot of you. Go on, get on your horses and get out of here.
Captain!
You heard me do it before I changed my mind. Go on, take it with you. It's worth it to me not to have to look at you anymore.
Timbo, you wait for me.
Really gonna let them go?
Yeah, the chances are they'll all get greedy and kill each other anyway.
Well, then why let them go?
Because it's my $20,000, Mr. Boone. It's my privilege to do with it as I please.
It so happens I don't...
Oh, hold it. Nobody's come to any harm. Now, please don't make me shoot you. Now, let me have it. I'll give them an hour's head start, and then you can be on your way. I owe you my life, Mr. Boone. Lynch would have killed me.
It could be you thanked me too soon. You know, I still have to turn you over to the law, don't you?
What for?
Well, the last I heard, grave robbing was still a crime.
You mean that coffin? There's no corpse in that. There never has been. Except that Lynch and the others don't know that. That's why they won't be back.
You mean this has all been a put-up job?
That's right. To keep them from destroying an old lady. You see, Mr. Boone, I haven't been entirely honest with you. Colonel Cloud was my stepfather. My mother thinks he's a hero. Why should I let her think any differently? Does that make any sense to you?
Well, it's beginning to.
You know, the sun is scarcely up, and it's already been a very long day. Perhaps this time you'd join me in that drink?
This time, I'd be glad to.
I think the captain's going to show up, Lynch.
He'll show up, all right. Got any doubts? Look.
Captain! Howdy, Captain. It's been a long time since we all been together again. Here, have a seat. One more drink for the captain.
Captain?
Gentlemen?
Well, here we are. I reckon it surprised you some getting a letter from me, huh?
It surprised me that you knew how to write. Now, where's that field report that Major Hawley wrote concerning Colonel Cloud's death?
It's right here, sir. Right here.
Looks authentic.
You can bet on that. I took it off the major just after he went and got himself shot. Poor fella dying like that before he had a chance to deliver it. And the funny thing is, I forgot I even had it until I saw that book the colonel's widow wrote about him being such a hero. It was then it came to me. Maybe the colonel's widow would pay a lot of money just to keep him a hero.
Well, that's where you're wrong. I know the lady. She might be shocked to learn how he really died, but she would see all of you hang before she'd agree to pay any blackmail.
Oh, I don't think we're going to have any problems with you acting as a go-between, Captain. Especially with you being such a well-respected man in the community.
She'd see me hang, too.
Captain, you disappoint me. You got no way of knowing just what she's gonna do. We got into a lot of trouble. We rode a long way. We aimed to get paid. I reckon you just better go ahead and give it a try.
Will you let me finish? When I got your letter, I started thinking I have a better idea.
Keep talking, Captain. I don't care how you do it as long as we get paid.
2 days from now, the colonel's body is being shipped to Philadelphia, to Lion State in a national shrine. Because I served under him, I've been chosen to escort the body.
That's real touching. What are you getting at?
Well, if the body were to get lost along the way, I'm sure the family would be glad to pay for its return.
You ain't suggesting we kidnap a corpse?
If it doesn't offend your sensibilities.
Captain, that couldn't offend us. I think that's a real good show kind of girl. And we'd sure hate to see him rest in peace.
On the top of those bands to the heel of his rawhide shoe. The rippin'est, roaring'est, fighting'est man the frontier ever knew. Daniel Boone was a man, yes, a big man, and he fought for Americans to make all Americans free. What a boom, what a doer, what a dream come true was he.
It only seems like yesterday when you were just a little bitty tyke, hanging on to your mother's skirts. And now, here you are, all grown up, and on your way to a school for young gentlemen in Philadelphia.
That's Becky's idea. She figured it was time he was exposed to civilization.
Well, offhand, I'd say he isn't too happy about it.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call him overjoyed about having to wear that suit.
It's a sissy suit.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think you look real fine in it.
And it's a sissy school. There ain't anything else I need to learn.
Well, now, Israel, I think you've already lost that argument to your mother. You might as well make up your mind to that.
I ain't gonna like it, and I ain't gonna like any of the sissies that go to it.
I'll bet on that. But you know, that feeling will all go away. Why, I can remember when I first left home. Bet you can remember too, Daniel.
Yep, I can remember. I don't know who it's harder on when it's time to go, the parents or the children.
You know, I'm surprised you didn't bring Becky along.
Long trip. I had some business with Ben Franklin in Philadelphia, so I got elected.
Well, it's been nice talking to you, Daniel. If you'll excuse me now, I'll go and get your luggage taken out. That coach will be here any minute now. But don't you hurry your meal. I'll call you when it's time to go.
Thank you, Luther. Israel, you better drink some of that milk. It's going to be a long time before we get there.
Looks like you've gone in the undertaking business, Gabe.
Looks that way.
Somebody from around here?
No, got on board late yesterday at Haleyville, going all the way to Philadelphia.
Well, at least you've got cool weather for the trip.
How long do we stop here, driver?
As long as it takes me to load this luggage.
Well, there's no point in my getting out.
How many passengers you got for me?
Just two. Daniel, Boone, and Israel. They're bound for Philadelphia, too.
Daniel, that'll be a pleasure.
Daniel, coach is here.
Here we go.
Good morning, young man. Since we're traveling together, let me introduce myself. I know that you're Mr. Boone. My name is Harris. Logan Harris.
Glad to know you, Mr. Harris. This is my son, Israel.
My pleasure, Israel. Glad to have your company. It's a dull trip traveling alone.
Have a good trip, Gabe.
sure are a welcome sight. I've been walking this lonely road all day, just hoping and waiting for somebody to come along.
What happened?
Oh, no cause for alarm, mister. My horse broke a leg last night and put me afoot. If you could tote me to the nearest settlement, I'd not only be obliged, I got money to pay.
Sure would like to accommodate you, mister. But there ain't space inside for you in a saddle.
No. We can't leave the man stranded here. We'll make room for him.
Well, thank you, sir, but I wouldn't want to put you out. If it's all right, I'll ride on the boot with you.
It's all right on me, mister. Toss your saddle up here and climb on.
Thanks.
I mean to get to Horton's Ferry before dark.
This is mighty kind of you.
Get up. Sure picked a lonely section to get set afoot.